we are going to continue with division of fractions, and let me remind you that we've done multiplication of fractions in the previous section, and this is no different except for one little thing that you have to do. Change division to multiplication, but then something has to change, so don't forget. Look at the fraction right next to it, only one fraction next to it. Flip that fraction. And now it just becomes a problem in multiplication of fractions, and we know how to multiply fractions. So we have 12 times 45 divided by 15 times 4. So if you see that 4 goes into 12, you can factor 12 accordingly. So you go 4 times 3 because we know 4 is going to get cancelled. But if you didn't see it, then break down the 12 anyway and see what happens. Now we know that 5 goes into 45 9 times. That's one way of breaking it down, because we know the denominator has 15, and that's 5 times 3. So now we have factors in the numerator cancelling with factors in the denominator. We have 3 over 3, which is a 1. So think of that as a 1. 5 over 5 is a 1. And then we are left with 4 times 9 in the numerator, and it's really 1 in the denominator. 9 times 4 is 36, and that is our final answer. Keep cancelling until you can cancel no more. The one thing that you should not do, let me show you what would happen if you didn't break down the numbers into factors and multiplied the numbers instead. Now if you multiplied 15 and 4, that would become 60. 12 and 45, let's see what that is. 12 times 45, 5 times 2 is 10. You can go 12 times table. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 fours are 48. 48 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. So that is, I hope I've done the math right. So it's 540. Let's double check. If you didn't do the multiplication with 12, you probably did 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8, 9. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1 over and you get 540. Now, do you see how big these numbers have become? Now, sometimes you may be able to cancel the zeros, but not all the time are the numbers that easy to work with. So we do not want the numbers to become big. So do not multiply the numbers. Cancel common factors first. Always remember this. Cancel common factors. In multiplication of fractions, cancel common factors first. All common factors before you multiply the numbers and come up with the final answer. That is the best way to do these problems without a calculator. So now let's see what happens with 9 over 22 divided by 18 over 32 divided by 11 over 8. So remember that division changes to multiplication, but you have to keep changing the fraction right next to the division symbol. We have a division here. Look at one fraction only. For one division sign, go to one fraction right next to it, change division to multiplication, flip the fraction right next to the division symbol. So that's done. But we have one more. Change the division to multiplication, go right next, look at the fraction right next to it and flip that one fraction. So one fraction is flipped for every division sign that changes to multiplication. So now it's your usual multiplication. You're not going to multiply the numbers in a rush. Do not do that. The numbers become huge. We want to be able to cancel common factors first before combining the numbers using multiplication. So let's see. I see a 9 hiding in here. So this becomes 9. There's a 2 here, and maybe a 2 here would be easier. So let's see. 32 is 2 times 16. When you double 16, it becomes a 32. And then 8 is 2 times 4. I'm just breaking it down a little bit so to see what cancels. I need only a 2 from the 22 and another 2 from the 18 to cancel. So I'm not working too hard breaking down all the numbers completely. So 9, I left it as 9 because I saw that 18 contains a 9. Oops, do you see what I did here? 2 times 9 is 18. That was an error. I want you to double check this. I wrote down a 2 times 9, 18, but that's not true. 18 is 2 times 9. 11, I left it alone. 22, I broke it down to 2 times 11. So let's see what cancels. The 9 cancels with the 9. The 2 with the 2. What does cancellation mean? 9 over 9 becomes a 1. 2 over 2 becomes a 1. There's another 2 and a 2 in the denominator. That becomes a 1. So I think this is it. The 11 and the 11, notice, are both in the denominator. They do not cancel each other out. So what do we have next? 11 doesn't go into any of these. So we have 16 times 2 times 4 divided by 11 times 11. Double check for the last time if anything cancels, and it's pretty clear that nothing cancels because it's 11, a prime number, and I don't see 11 as a factor in any of these numbers. Now finally, once I've double checked, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the numbers. So 16 times, and 4 2s are 8. These two together make an 8, so I'm going to just multiply. 6 8s are 48. 8 1s are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 128 in the numerator and 11 in the, 11 times 11, which is 121 in the denominator. Okay, so we have fractions again, and we do have division and multiplication. So where do we begin? Let's look at this. 38 over 33. Now remember always to change division to multiplication. And what do we do next? Look at the one fraction right next to it and flip that fraction. Now we have times, so we don't change anything after that point. Notice that 9 over 4 is still 9 over 4. What is the only fraction that got flipped? It is the fraction right next to it, next to the division sign that changed to a multiplication sign. So this is an important example because sometimes I see students flipping all fractions next to the that are to the right of the division sign, but notice that is not the case. Only one fraction is flipped after we change division to multiplication, and the fraction that gets flipped is the fraction that sits right next to the division sign. Everything else is untouched. So now we have 38 times 11 times 9 divided by 33 times 19 times 4. So let's break down numbers to some extent. I know 9 has to become a 3 times 3 because I see a 3 hiding in here in the 33 as a factor. I also see 11 hiding inside the 33 as a factor. I don't know if 19 is sitting here unless I think a little harder, but I'm going to break it down anyway. So I know 2 goes into it because the number ends with an 8. So 2 ones are 2, subtract, bring the 8 down. 2 nines are 18, subtract, and you get a 0. So you have 2 times 19. Lucky for us, we have another factor that's going to get cancelled, and that's a big one, and that's a 19. And unless we split the 38, unless we did that, we didn't even know that 19 was hiding in here. So that was a good thing. So make sure you're breaking down all the numbers to some extent to catch these hidden factors that are not quite obvious. So we have 3 times 11 times 19 times 2 times 2. So the 19 over 19 is a 1, 11 over 11 is a 1, a 2 over 2 is a 1, and a 3 over 3 is a 1. And that leaves behind only 2 numbers, one in the numerator and one in the denominator. So remember, when you're multiplying or dividing fractions, you can change the division to multiplication, and after that point, cancel, 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 cancel all common factors before you come up with the final answer. Imagine multiplying all these numbers, how huge that numerator would be, and same thing with the denominators. So cancel common factors first.